You already know I'm on my lunch break, so what I wanted to do was to read an article that I thought would be interesting. Oh, y'all, I got my mic on. Your girl got my mic. You know, I'm using my new mic, so hopefully the sound is good, it's clear. I did park at a different spot today, so hopefully the light looks okay. But yeah, so let me get into it because I only have about 20 or so minutes left on my lunch break. And listen, 2025 ain't ready for me because I am ready. Um, I told myself I'll be consistent. If you watch my other videos, I always comment on being more consistent and just putting as much content out there on interests that I enjoy, but that I also thought that my viewers would enjoy as well. So lately, I've been really into listening to videos as far as commentary on what's going on in the economy. Sometimes it could be a bit overwhelming, but I really want to be aware of what's going on. And if any time I feel that it may be too much, I take a step back and I kind of just chill out on listening too much to you know, all this news and layoffs and everything. But you know how the algorithm gets when you're accustomed to watching a certain video or you like or you comment on it, it just continues to show up. So what made me want to like print out this article, I'm at work and I don't have an iPad or anything to kind of just look it up. So I thought, let me just print it out and highlight some of the things that stood out to me. But this is an article that I thought would, intrigue some other people, or it kind of be a little bit easier to be in the know on what's going on. Because not everybody's going to read articles. Not everybody cares to listen to the news. A lot of people these days, they tend to get their news from like social media platforms such as like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, whatever. So, hey, thanks for joining my live. So this article that I found like towards the end of before getting on my break, it's written by Louisa Clarence Smith, and the title is Even America's Elite Professions Are Turning to Side Hustles. And this article was published on May 20th, and it's from the New York Times. Hey, thanks for joining my live. So, like I mentioned earlier, is that I really try to stay up to date on what's going on. Hey, Sierra, thanks for joining. I try to stay in the know of what's going on. But this article, y'all, we know basically it feels like everyone is getting laid off, right? You hear it nonstop where these major corporations are laying off people. Oh, hi from Thailand. Hi, thank you. So, what she pinpointed, what the author pinpointed was, or highlighted, was that a lot of people now are turning more to side hustle because of inflation. We both know housing has gone up. Food prices has gone up. Gas has gone up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Everything has gone up to the point where, in a sense, it's like they're forced. You feel forced, right? Well, no one can force you. We have free will, in a sense. But they have to turn to side hustles in order to be able to even afford things such as food, gas, necessities. A lot of people are just trying to hustle, in a sense, to make that money. And what else this author mentioned was that 8.8 million Americans reported working multiple jobs, or 5.4% of the employed population, up from 7.8 million in 2019. So that means there was an increase in people working more than one job. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you for subbing to my channel. I really do. So there was a survey that was done by MarketWatch, or a MarketWatch survey of 2,000 adults published in April, found that 51% of Americans have a side hustle, including 72% of Gen Z. And I love me some Gen Zs. Listen, I don't care what they say. you know how you'll hear people talk about baby boomers complaining about Gen Z, or even some millennials talk about Gen Zs. I love Gen Z. Gen Z tells you how it is. They keep it straight with you. They don't sugarcoat. Granted, every generation, I don't know what they say, but every generation has something that could have been worked on, right? But a lot of the times I read about how Gen Z is this, they're that, forget that. I'm a Gen Z supporter, okay? I love me some Gen Z. I work some of the patients I have for Gen Z, and I don't know, they're hilarious. They're different, but they're hilarious. I love them. But what was I lost my spot? Yeah, so 72% of Gen Z and 62% of millennials were basically having side jobs. So more than half of Generation X and about 1/3 of the baby boomers also had a side hustle. The top reason people gave for taking on multiple jobs was increasing their savings, followed by affording their everyday bills. And like I said, everything has gone up, like literally everything. So, what else that scene that had caught my eye? Oh, this. I had to highlight this. So we all know, like in the news, how a lot of people are getting laid off due to the evolution of AI. So I myself, I try to do a little bit of reading on AI. I hear a lot of things. There was a video that was recently uploaded on, oh my gosh, is it? Oh, I forgot the freaking I literally was just watching it. Look at that. But it was a woman on there that was just explaining the breakdown of AI and how it can be beneficial. She's been in the game for a long time. I don't want to get the name wrong. Oh, thank y'all for subscribing. I appreciate it. I don't want to get the name wrong. So what I'm going to do is, thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and once I find it, I'm going to put it in the comment section and also put it in the description. But I'm not done with the video. But basically, the woman was breaking down everything to the T. It was like a free classroom based type of breakdown of AI, the evolution of AI, and how it's beneficial, how you can make use to it. So I'm going to finish it. And the platform is huge. I just can't believe I forgot it, but I should have wrote it down, but that's cool. So what I highlighted here was, however, the growth of side hustles also reflects younger workers learning how to monetize social media in their spare time. And I had to highlight that because it's so true. I even do it myself where I try to monetize certain aspects of my life, and that's something that I would recommend you doing too. But then where sometimes it's at a crossroads is where you don't want to monetize every single freaking thing. Like sometimes you just want to live and enjoy things. A lot of times, like we have money on our mind nonstop. And how can you not? Like, look at how they have things set up. Look at how inflation is insane right now. People are trying to literally stay in their homes and not become evicted. I work like the type of job I have. I firsthand see how this economy has impacted, those people that I work with. And so seeing that, it's just a realization that dang, like things are really real. So what I meant by being at a crossroads is that you want to make the money, but also you want to enjoy life. You don't want where money is on your mind 24/7 to the point it disrupts your sleep, your eating, everything, your social life. And it's like a war in your mind. You're trying to survive. You're trying to also live. And it's like, where can there be a balance in that? So that's why this article kind of like caught my eye and everything. But younger people, they do try to monetize social media, which I think is extremely brilliant, but it's like finding a balance in everything. You feel me? So later on, the article talks about a lawyer that's actually in New York, and this person runs a TikTok account and they post shorts like that. Kind of, I caught on to that probably last year, to where I saw more people Thank you so much. That was so nice today. Thank you. I hope everybody's day is going really well. If I'm going like super fast, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I have a few more minutes to myself after I get off of here. So I don't want to miss anyone's comments. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's day is going well. And if it's not, just breathe in, breathe out, do a whole lot of deep breathing exercises because I know I do. I wouldn't tell you something that I don't do. Do a whole lot of deep breathing exercises and just try to find a place where it's like peaceful and to think. So I hope everybody's days is going well. But I'm gonna log off like probably in about like 5 minutes or so and just make sure I use the rest of the time for myself before I like go back into the office. But I noticed that a lot of people in different professions were optimizing like social media. And social media, that's where you can get your bag, right? So when I saw that, I'm like, wait, what's going on? But they doing what they got to do too, because I listen. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy the information I gather. I enjoy, and I'm happy the profession that I'm in because I'm able to see other people's lives in a sense, and it's part of my job. So meditation, yes, yes, BS, yes, meditation, definitely like calming music, tapping into your mental, your emotions. Like I 100% recommend meditation. Is it easy to do sometimes to like pause and do it? Sometimes it could be a challenge because your mind is going at like 100 miles an hour, but I'm with you, like meditation all the way. But I get to see firsthand what's going on sometimes in people's lives. So like where was I? So seeing this person doing that, where this is a lawyer, and they're also like utilizing their social media platform, they're bringing in that money too. So those videos that I would be watching at like people in like different professions, whether it's a medical doctor or a lawyer, I kind of noticed that for the ones that was a little bit more open about like what they bring in, like that money, a lot of the doctors were saying like they ain't getting that back like that. Like they have to, number one, they go through so much. So I'm just going to use them as an example. Lawyers even. So doctors and lawyers, you know how initially we would think, oh, they're making six figures and then some. No. I remember in the past I had met a lawyer and he said he was making, I think about 30, no, 35 to 40,000, I think, if I'm accurate, if my mind serves me right. But I said, come here. I was so shocked because I thought initially, and that was my lack of understanding, my lack of knowledge as well in that field, but I thought lawyers was making that bank. Come to find out, my friend broke it down to me. She's always reading. She's always up on stats and what's going on, more than me. But she was saying, girl, lawyers don't make that much. That's why public defenders, they're always quick to try to get somebody because they need that money. And public defenders don't get paid. And this person wasn't a public defender. So it's just kind of interesting. And then with doctors, like when I go online and I see that doctors are doing like side hustles, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I thought that you was making that money. And then this bill, like I don't want to comment too much on the bill. We've been trained to believe that lawyers make good money and it's a lucrative job. Exactly, Nikki. And oh y'all, please go subscribe to my friend's page, Nikki Southern Belle. She has like amazing content from like what she bought, like wearing, fashion, and all of that. So go ahead and subscribe to her channel as well. But yeah, Nikki, yeah. So like we really, like what Nikki mentioned is that we've been trained to believe that lawyers make good money, or certain people in certain professions, they make good money, and that's not the case. I seen another video, but I didn't do too much reading on it because sometimes it's good to do reading and watch videos because you want to try to make sure that your information is as accurate as it can be. So sometimes videos can be a little bit misleading, or sometimes what we see online is based on the individual's opinions, like their perspectives, but it's not as a whole. And when doing research, you have to do a lot of reading. So just to see what's going on, I seen a video where they were saying that nurses are not in high demand as they once were, or they're not able to find jobs. It was one of those compilation videos. They're not able to find jobs as much as they were able to back then. And then when I text my friend, I'm like, oh man, I was like, man, I'm happy that you found a job. She was like, girl, that's been going on. I was like, really? So I don't want to say it's misinformation, because I did pinpoint, like I did message her back and say, well, you know what? The difference could be is that a lot of things now, it's more out in the open. Like it's on social media more compared to back then. Social media wasn't really like a big thing, or it was like non-existent. It wasn't created yet in a sense. So now these things could have been going on, but because we're able to see it on major platforms right now, and it's kind of like, it could have been going on, but now it's a little bit televised, a little bit more. You feel me? So yeah, I thought it was interesting. So like I said, the name of the author is Louisa Clarence Smith, and this is a New York Times article, and the title is Even America's Elite Professions Are Turning to Side Hustles. And as I mentioned before, this could have been a thing back in the day where those professions always had a little something that they was doing on the side, but now it could be on a wider scale due to the economy, inflation, and all of that. So I thought I would just share this article. I think that it's good to be in the know about what's going on, because you never know when it'll affect you as well. Like even with my profession, and I would pray that it's never put in jeopardy. Like even myself, I've shared this on my platform where I just started my business and everything, or I launched it in February, and I'm trying to gain more clients and everything. But I did that after I seen how things were going. And I'm like, hey, let's not stall anymore. I had to tell myself, let's not stall anymore. Let's get this thing going. Because who's to say that I wouldn't want to speak it or put it out there, but who's to say, my job wouldn't be in jeopardy? So now I was saying this to my friend as well, another friend of mine, that the only positive I can take from this is you can always kind of move around or kind of shift with what's going on. A lot of people are not opting in to the basic 40 hours, the regular 40 hours per week. A lot of people now, they prefer to get PRN positions, part-time positions, to where they're possibly working 30, 35 hours, but it's also due to the flexibility, they're able to focus more on what they enjoy doing, whether it's working out, whether it's cooking, whether it's socializing more. So you don't have to stick to that same mentality of you got to land that full-time job. You got to put in those 40, 50 hours per week. You got to do this, you got to do that. The beauty in it is, because of how everything has evolved, that gives you the opportunity to kind of move with the times, kind of move different, do research. You have research at the tip of your fingers. So why not optimize like all of these things that we have available to us, from the social media platforms to engaging with people that you wouldn't run into on a regular basis. You can reach out to them on social media, get more information. You have people that are a little bit more open. They're willing, hi, thanks for joining. They're willing to share that information for you. So I think it's based on how you use your time, what you do with your time, how you use it, the platforms you utilize to get as much information. So trust me, yeah, everything will be okay. I thought I would just share this, but I'm gonna try to enjoy these last few minutes of my break with me. But I hope that y'all have a great day, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.